Welcome to this edition of the Native News Update. I'm your host for today's program, Paul DeMain. Many of the stories read here can be found at our website at IndianCountryNews.com or watch this program and others at IndianCountryTV.com. Here is the news from the day from the Associated Press and other Native American news sources. The Santa Fe County, New Mexico Sheriff's Department says the Ojibwe Pueblo's lieutenant governor contacted officers a day after a pedestrian was killed on US 84-285 and told them she had done something very bad. A sheriff's report says tribal police who went to Linda Diaz's home found her car had been damaged consistently with striking 31-year-old Philip Espinoza of Chimeo, and that a mirror near his body matched her car. Sheriff Greg Solano says a man walking his dog April 4th found Espinoza's body at the side of the road. The case was turned over to the Bureau of Indian Affairs, which has declined to release further information on the case. The body of a woman has been found in a rugged area south of Farmington, New Mexico, and San Juan County authorities are awaiting a positive identification to determine whether it might be a woman who has been missing for about 3 weeks. The body was found during mid-April in an area known as the Bluffs. Authorities say family members and friends had been searching for Kayla Begay near where some of her personal belongings were found earlier. The body was found less than a mile from Begay's belongings. The investigation determined that the body was that of an American Indian female meeting Begay's description. Begay was last seen on March 29th. The South Dakota state government is helping to protect homes from flooding in Dewey and Ziback counties in north central South Dakota. The Department of Public Safety says the flooding of the Morrow River had been threatening homes on the Cheyenne River Reservation near Thunder Butte and Green Grass. More than 30 state penitentiary inmates were sent to help the tribe last week with sandbagging. The state provided about 85 tons of sand, and a civil air patrol plane was being used to assess the progress of the flooding. Authorities are investigating the likely poisoning of a deer and a bald eagle in Baraga County, Michigan. The Michigan Department of Natural Resources said a conservation officer with the Keweenaw Bay Indian community recently found the dead animals lying close together. The deer carcass had been laced with a highly toxic pesticide. Toxicology tests on the eagles are still pending. Lieutenant Tim Robson said the DNR is working with other state and federal agencies to find out what happened. Bald eagles were on the endangered species list for decades and remain protected by federal law. The 3 affiliated tribes said it has received $9 million from the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. Chairman Marcus D. Leving said the money will be used to improve housing, roads, and water systems on the Fort Berthold Reservation of North Dakota. The tribe also says a spending bill signed recently by President Barack Obama provides $17 million for a new health care facility on the reservation as well. The Mashpee Wampanoag tribe held a special election April 18th to fill the 2 council seats vacated when Cedric Cromwell was elected chair and Aaron Toby was elected vice chairman in February. The highest vote getter, Gordon Harris, will hold the council seat until the year 2011. The second highest vote getter, Winnie Johnson Graham, will hold the other seat until next year. The newly elected members will join the tribal council immediately this week. A legislator is proposing that a Maine state law that removes squaw from place names be expanded to include variations of the word. Representative Wayne Mitchell, who represents the Penobscot Nation, has introduced a bill that would prohibit using the word squaw or squaw as part of another word or phrase in a place name. A law passed in the year 2000 bans those words by themselves on the grounds that the word is a derogatory term for Native women. Mitchell's bill is supported by a number of Native American and civic organizations. The Bangor Daily News said some members of the legislature's Judiciary Committee expressed concerns about how the bill might affect the use of several commonplace names such as square. They said they'd have to figure out a way to address those concerns without inadvertently causing havoc in towns throughout Maine. The friends of Miss Carlin Yallop are seeking assistance for an opportunity she has. They are looking for sponsors for some coming up travel needs, as Yallop was chosen to play basketball in the following tournaments to be coached by NBA coaches and Michael Jordan. The 13th annual Down Under basketball tournament in Queensland, Australia, and the Italian shootout basketball tournament in Italy. Carlin, who is 16-year-old, plays basketball as a junior for the Madras Senior High School and has played with other teams in and around other reservations. Participating in the sport since the 7th grade, she has become a valuable player in regards to high point shooter, team player, and the one with the most steals. She's an enrolled member of the Confederated Tribes of Warm Springs and a descendant of the Yakama and Umatilla tribes. Her parents are Michael and Yvette Lisi and Jesse Yallop. You can contact her through her mother at 541-410-3669, or try finding her at MySpace at www.myspace.com/428-471-217. And that is the latest roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. We want to thank our underwriters for helping with this broadcast and you for joining with us again. Come back soon. Miigwech.